DETV News is powered by DART, Delaware's transit service. Moving forward.
Coming up tonight, Riverfront East is finally about to begin. Plus, are you headed to the beach this weekend? Well, you're going to want to watch out for a Joe Jam. And a respiratory virus forces an animal shelter here locally to close. Those stories and much more coming up tonight on DETV News. Good evening and welcome to DETV News. I'm Matt Ford. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Here's what's making headlines today, Thursday, July 11th. After years of anticipation, Wilmington's $100 million plus Riverfront East project is finally moving forward. Demolition and remediation work on the long-awaited redevelopment will commence later this summer. Riverfront East aims to mirror the successful development on the west side of Wilmington's riverfront. The project will transform an 86-acre site into a vibrant area with new retail shops, residences, office spaces, and greenways. The project faced delays due to federal grant requirements, but officials received the green light after a thorough environmental assessment. Megan McGlinchey, she's the executive director of the Riverfront Development Corporation, says, quote, "It was a thorough review and now we're able to get moving forward, which is exciting." Demolition is set to begin in early September, marking the first visible steps in this transformation project. Moving on to other news, a New Castle County police officer was hit in the face with a ladder by a man who fought officers during an arrest at his Brandywine 100 home. It happened on Pennearth Drive after police were called to the home for a noise complaint. On the way there, officers reportedly were told that 52-year-old Lee Zafiri was wanted for a different noise complaint from a previous night. Additionally, police had been dispatched to the home nearly 30 times since last August for complaints that included noise violations, suspicious vehicles, and drug violations. When the officers arrived, they say the man's 26-year-old son, Latiro Zafiri, initially opened the door, but then closed it and refused to reopen it. After resisting arrest and fighting with police, the father reportedly grabbed a nearby ladder and threw it at another officer. The father then backed another officer into the corner, prompting another officer to get involved. A third officer then had to use her taser, after which the man complied. The father faces felony assault and resisting arrest charges. The son was charged with misdemeanor and resisting arrest and criminal mischief. They were both released on their own recognizance. And the city of Dover is ramping up fines for off-road vehicles causing disturbances within city limits. Riding dirt bikes or ATVs on city streets could now cost you more than $1,000. The new ordinance prohibits these vehicles from public property, mandates a city license for private use, and requires a muffler to limit noise. Penalties are actually modeled after a similar ordinance here in Wilmington, where license or muffler violations start at $500 and can escalate to $1,000 for repeat offenses. Driving on public property could result in fines of $2,000 for the first offense and $1,000 thereafter. Dover police say warnings would precede any citations, with funds benefiting victims of tragic circumstances. According to the city code, owners can surrender their off-road vehicles instead of paying fines, with confiscated vehicles then being auctioned by the city. Despite the authority to pursue violators, Police Chief Thomas Johnson said under his command, officers do not chase after off-road vehicles for safety reasons. And the Christina School Board unanimously voted Tuesday night to request a certificate of need to renovate Kirk and Shoe Middle Schools to build a new Gauger-Cobbs Middle School. This decision could lead to a capital referendum, potentially, alongside a February 2025 operating referendum seeking taxpayer support. Gauger-Cobbs opened in 1972 and will be replaced by a 750-student facility, a $165 million plan. Shoe Middle will see a partial demolition and new construction, while Kirk Middle School will undergo some improvements. Board President Donald Patton stressed community input, but acknowledged the urgency to meet the August deadline for state funding consideration. The district faces challenges including possible Wilmington boundary changes and high school consolidation talks, emphasizing for timely decisions. And speaking of schools, the Milford School District is on the brink of altering its dress code policy. The potential change comes after parents voiced concerns after the current regulations deemed overly restrictive. The dress code, introduced back in 2013, mandates collared shirts, solid jeans or khakis, and closed-toed shoes, saying, quote, "I remember when they first brought it out, a lot of people were up in arms." That's what Robert Brogan said. In response to ongoing opposition, the district proposed revisions. The new draft allows t-shirts, sweatpants, and flip-flops for older students. While many parents support the changes, opinions vary, such as Pamela James. She stressed the consistent enforcement, while Bogan raised concerns about the ban on graphics. The Board of Education will discuss this policy on July 15th. And if it's Wednesday in Wilmington, you can find members of the Wilmington Street Team out distributing meals on the east side. Part of a program called the Community Public Safety Initiative, meals are only part of the services offered to residents out of the organization's hub at 914 North Pine Street. In 2022, the Wilmington City Council and City of Wilmington entered into a contract with a community-based public safety collective to assist the city in community violence intervention and reduction efforts. Dr. Deborah Mason, coordinator of the program, says the program is just one example of how Wilmington is taking a proactive approach to public safety. And the Rehoboth Beach Patrol project faces a $550,000 budget overrun and ongoing construction, confirmed J.D. Bartlett, the project manager for EDIS, during a recent update. Despite challenges such as unexpected subsurface conditions and additional costs for seawall adjustments and piling installations, Bartlett assured that there are no proposed design changes and the project remains scheduled for completion by spring of next year. He attributed the budget excess to unforeseen underground debris and tougher soil than as anticipated. The project's total cost has risen from $4.9 million up to $5.5 million, with a contingency plan now reduced to 2 months due to local delays. Local concerns include business impacts, with Hollider Chad Moore expressing relief that the project remains on track, averting potential summer delays. And speaking of summer, if you're headed to the beach this weekend, be prepared for what some locals call a Joe Jam. President Joe Biden will head to Rehoboth Beach area, his home, this Friday. He's scheduled to leave Detroit 7 p.m. tomorrow, Friday, so he likely won't arrive until late. Sometimes Biden opts to get to Rehoboth by vehicle, usually from Dover Air Force Base. If that happens, police will clear intersections on Coastal Highway and in downtown Rehoboth for the motorcade, often resulting in traffic delays. If the president opts to arrive by helicopter, though, the president will land in the parking lot of Cape Henlopen State Park's Gordon Pond, and the lot will close shortly before his arrival. That means entrances to Gordon's Pond beaches and trails will be closed too, so just a heads up. And it's not yet known how long the president intends to stay in town. Now, of course, if he decides to go out to eat or anywhere else in public, you, of course, can expect some more traffic delays, again, down there in Rehoboth this weekend. Speaking of the weekend and Rehoboth, it's a prime weekend for heading down the beach. So with more on that, let's check out our favorite weather girl, Shakara Denise. Hey, Shakara.
Hey, Matt. Yes, if you're heading to the beach, prepare for a hot day. And we have been roasting under record-breaking heat lately. Ooh. But good news. Temperatures will drop this weekend, but showers are on the horizon. Let's dive right in. On Feel Good Friday, expect a high of 81 degrees with showers and thunderstorms all day. Heavy rain and high humidity are in store for us. Now on Saturday, it'll be a balmy 86 degrees with some scattered thunderstorms. So not a total washout, but just be prepared. And we will have clearer skies and mid-70s by the evening. Now Sunday is the chef's kiss, the weekend's gem at 92 degrees. We will have lower humidity and partly cloudy skies, which will make it a bit more comfortable. There'll be clear skies in the evening and temperatures around 75 degrees. Now that you are all set with the weather, let's check out Spotlights with Shakira, events that you don't want to miss. Head to Longwood Gardens for the Festival of Fountains. Enjoy illuminated fountain performances and breathtaking blooms. Check their website for details and for more information. Now on Saturday, the Queen is hosting a No Scrubs 90s dance party. Groove to hits from TLC, Notorious B.I.G., and so much more. Doors open at 9 p.m. and the show starts at 9:30 p.m. Visit the Queen's website for more details. Now Sunday is Family Fun Day at the Delaware Art Museum. Everyone can learn new art techniques from a professional teaching artist. Bring the family and support the arts. Registration is required, so be sure to go to their website to sign up. Now, special announcement, I know you've seen it, but just in case you missed it, DETV is seeking 4 phenomenal and insightful women to be a guest for our 1-hour pilot episode of our upcoming show. If you want to be a part of something big and exciting, send us a message. Now, back to you, Matt, for more news you can use.
So I have no scrubs in my head.
No scrubs.
Shakira, thank you. In other news, we've heard about snowbirds, but what about June bugs? Well, June bugs is a local term for the teens who show up to the Delaware beaches in the summertime, too young for the bars, but too old to always be accompanied by those pesky parents, I'll tell you. Those teens often gather in large numbers on downtown streets. Dewey Beach in particular struggles with so-called June bugs. Dewey Beach police say there was a big increase in nuisance calls last week for things like underage drinking in public, urinating in public, and loitering. The post on Facebook reminded parents of Dewey Beach's curfew that's 11 p.m. for anyone younger than 18 years old. Parents who, quote, knowingly permit their child to be in public after 11 p.m. may be issued a violation. Appeals from police aren't the only reason to keep kids at home at night. Last week, just after closing time, one man was stabbed and another suffered severe facial injuries at North Beach Bar and Restaurant in Dewey. In Rehoboth, as we told you earlier this week, police recently announced a juvenile had been charged with raping another juvenile on the beach after dark in June. And moving down the coast a little bit, Bethany Beach and their lifeguards are the first Delaware beach to patrol what's called SafeBeachDay.com to offer daily up-to-the-minute ocean conditions and beach safety updates. Information is available on the website that includes Bethany surf conditions, storm activity, tides, lifeguards, and other safety concerns. Also available, this is pretty neat for Bethany Beach visitors, is the town's new Bethany Life app. While it's not on the App Store yet, it is available at bethanylife.app. It's pretty cool. You want to check that out. It features information on dining, lodging, things to do, beach rules, and the region, as well as emergency alerts as well. So be sure to check out those 2 helpful websites. And Delaware is set to pioneer a groundbreaking app aimed at extending SNAP dollars for families facing economic challenges. The Smart Food program is a collaborative effort stemming from the White House Challenge to End Hunger, unites Lieutenant Governor Bethany Hall Long, state agencies, federal officials, and R4 Technologies. Launching with $1.5 million from the American Rescue Plan, the initiative was announced at ShopRite of Christina Crossing in Wilmington. The goal is to scale nationwide, with Hawaii poised to follow. Lieutenant Governor Hall Long highlighted the program's dual benefits, reducing food waste and enhancing food access. The SNAP Smart Shopper TM app offers digital coupons for SNAP-approved foods, helping families stretch their benefits.
Today is a great day. We launched Smart Food program, the first in the nation. Delaware has combined partnership, public-private partnership. We're going to be addressing food security, we're going to be addressing food waste, and we're going to be making sure our residents who are participants in the SNAP program have healthier choices.
Steve Benjamin, White House senior advisor, praised Delaware's leadership, while R4 Technologies CEO Paul Breitzenbach emphasized the AI-driven app's potential to revolutionize food security and waste reduction. And moving to other news, the Delaware Department of Justice's Consumer Protection Unit has launched a personal data privacy portal to assist parents, consumers, and businesses in preparing for the personal, Data Privacy Act effective January of next year. The Privacy Act sets guidelines for businesses handling personal data of over 35,000 Delaware residents, requiring transparency and consent for sensitive data use, including race, religion, sexual orientation, and health information. You want to visit privacy.delaware.gov for additional details. And a Wilmington charter school will use a $320,000 grant to enhance after-school and summer programs emphasizing literacy, math, and critical thinking. Thomas Edison Charter School is among 7 recipients of the 21st Century Community Learning Center grant. The 5-year funding aims to establish or expand centers offering enrichment outside regular school hours. Salome Thomas L., head of school, expressed gratitude for the grant, highlighting its role in supporting community learning. The grant must be utilized within 5 years, and awardees were selected by a Delaware Department of Education committee and included Title I schools serving low-income families. Programs will cover tutoring, mentoring, homework help, and other extracurricular activities. And we'll need some help for you here for our friends. An animal shelter here in the First State is shut down because of a viral outbreak, and they need your help. A severe respiratory virus is making its way through the Humane Animal Partners location here in Wilmington. The veterinarians say they noticed dogs coughing and with runny noses. The outbreak has forced the shelter to stop taking in dogs and adopting them out to new homes. They say that the most important thing right now is making sure that the dogs stay and get healthy. Humane Animal Partners explained that the emergency treatment for infected dogs set them back more than $2,000 so far. If you want to help, HAP says the best way to do so is to donate to the shelter. Officers at HAP in Wilmington say they are hoping to be back up for business on Monday. You can find out more by visiting humaneanimalpartners.org. Shakara, I actually spoke to some of those officials today and had an email exchange, and they're definitely thankful getting the word out. So it's a shame seeing all those dogs being suffering like that.
I know.
So,
I used to have a dog.
Did you?
I did. I gave him away to a nice lady.
Oh,
I wasn't home
nice.
enough.
No, that's all right.
And plus, he did things in the house that I didn't really like.
They said there's cats available if you want a cat.
No.
No. Yeah, that's
So what are you doing this weekend?
And I have 3, so I'm not allowed to have any more dogs.
So what do you do when you travel?
I have to board them. It's so expensive.
Oh, see?
You can take them now.
No, I have a son. He's more expensive.
He's
and
more
I'm good with that. Yeah. So what are you doing this weekend?
Oh, I've been singing No Scrubs the whole time that you were doing your weather.
So you're going to the Queen.
About that. Well, I'm not going to the beach with all the traffic.
Well, yeah.
So,
Hi, bye.
how about you?
When you come visit. I don't know yet. I haven't decided because it's going to be thunderstorms. I wanted to do a winery, but I don't know if I'm going to do that.
All right.
Maybe I'll go to the Queen.
Nice.
I like TLC,
Right.
B.I.G.
There you go.
All of the 90s.
Sounds good.
Maybe
Good
I'll
stuff.
dance.
I love that Spotlights with Shakira. That's really good.
Yes.
I love that.
We're going to
That's
start
good.
doing that now.
I love that.
Spotlights with Shakira.
That's good.
Got
Well, Shakira, that's going to do it for this edition of DETV News. For news anytime, be sure to follow us across all of our social media platforms.
For a look at what's happening all around Delaware, visit our website at detvch.com. And if you have a comment, question, or a news tip, drop us a line at press@detvch.com.
For Shakira and all of us here at DETV, I'm Matt Ford. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay cool.
Take care.
We don't talk about prostate cancer enough, and it's the most diagnosed form of cancer and the second most common cause of cancer death among Black men in both Delaware and the United States. Approximately 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, but just by asking your healthcare provider if you should get a screening could help you detect prostate cancer early and save your life. So let's talk about it. Talk to your healthcare provider today about a prostate cancer screening if you are 40 years of age or older, or have a family history of prostate cancer. If you don't have insurance, or if your insurance doesn't pay for cancer screenings, Screening for Life may provide you with the screenings that you need, and nurse navigators make this process easier. To learn more, visit healthydelaware.org/prostate or call 211. Ask your healthcare provider about a prostate cancer screening, and you're asking for so much more.
My name is Jason Aviles, and I am the founder and owner of Fly Yogi, and I'm here to share with you some tips to be able to help fight opioid addiction. Opioid addiction is a real growing problem here in America, and I'm here to share with you some tips that you can be able to integrate into your everyday life to really fight against opioid addiction. One of the first things is redeveloping your mindset. One of the practices that I like to use daily is meditation. And what meditation does is it brings you clarity of mind, and it helps keep you grounded, and it improves your ability to make decisions that you are going to benefit from. A lot of the time we find that addiction is rooted in our mindset. It's rooted in how we think and how we perceive, and therefore how we act. So this is a really good way to help fight against that energy of addiction. The second thing is improving your lifestyle through diet and exercise. At the very root of addiction, there is substances within the body that's causing the addiction on a physical level. When we begin to introduce healthier foods, plant-based foods, we begin to remove and detox the substances that are in our body that's causing and attracting the addiction. So through incorporating more fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, and even drinking water on a daily basis, you're going to put your body in a state where it's going to be able to fight the root causes of these addictions. The second part is exercise. Exercise is good for mood. It's good for energy. It's good to increase vitality. It's good to get your heart pumping and get your blood flowing and get oxygen moving throughout the body. So through engaging in physical exercise, complemented by incorporating healthier foods, you're putting your body and your mind in a state where it does not want what's causing these things that are manifesting negatively in your life. So addiction can really be decreased by just incorporating a healthier lifestyle through diet and nutrition, exercise, and then also making sure that you're tackling the mind through mindset, through meditation.